Hi friends! Today we are here to talk about these Kuretake Fudebiyori brush pens. So these I purchased on Amazon and I have two packs. This is the second pack I purchased. So these are just the normal bright colors. And then I also have the metallic pack. And these are the second brush pen I ever ordered after the Sakura Pigma brush pen. So now, the first two videos I have already up on my channel are the Sakura Pigma brush pen and the Faber-Castell Pit Artist brush pen. Now those I call a medium to small nib, and these are medium nib. I have three different types of medium nibbed brush pens in my collection, and these are the first one I would like to show on YouTube. From watching different YouTube hand letterers and brush pen users, they say that the easiest type of brush pen to use is a medium nib because they are flexible, but they are not too flexible. And we're going to get started. I will swatch all of the colors for you. Those are the metallic colors, and these ones, I notice that the brush pen nib is a little bit more flexible than the ordinary colors, which you will see in a moment. I'll put them on the same page, but because perhaps these are the first or the second ones I ever purchased, I've practiced with them a little bit more than these colored ones. Maybe the brush tip has just been more well used, but I've actually heard it said on other YouTube videos that have done reviews on these brush pens that the metallic ones, the nib seems a little softer, so keep that in mind. And actually, before we swatch the regular colors, I'm going to go on to the back of this page. It is black, so this will give us a good medium to show this brush pen. So on black paper, I'm actually not going to write out the entire colors, but they do show up really well on black paper once they've been dried. And this, keep in mind, this isn't really paper, this is like kind of a plastic cover, but they are really shimmery on black paper. So if you are into that, I know that there are some, I think it is Archer and Olive that has a all black notebook now, and so something like these would look really pretty in that. So that's what they look like in black. So I think that is just so pretty, and they just show up so well. So those are going to take a little bit to dry, only because it's not paper, it doesn't soak in. And the only complaint I have about this marker set is that it doesn't come with black. But I think you can actually order the gray pack, which comes with the black. So these ones you'll notice are a bit sturdier and not as flimsy. And I really like these colors. Yeah, I can definitely notice, so you will see that my upstrokes are much thinner and more consistent than these ones. So the floppier the brush tip, the harder it is to control. The colors don't exactly match the caps. This one, I was gonna say it's orange, but I'd call it more of a burnt orange. And this one looks more violet, and it turned out to be dark blue. But the color selection is good. They're still very, very bright. And I do find, again, that the regular colors are much more better bounce back. So your upstrokes can be more consistent, where all of the strokes are the same width, as opposed to the metallics, where they were a little bit more floppy. Let's get into the alphabet now. So that is the alphabet, and if you were going very, very slow, you can see that you can get very, very fine upstrokes, which is really, really nice because this pen, it is in medium nib, so let's compare it, for instance, to the Sakura Pigma brush pen. So I was saying that this was a medium small, and now this is a medium. So you can see the difference, but this is much more floppy, whereas this one is a little bit more hard. So now we can try blending them. They are still a water-based pigment, so they do blend. And let's try, for instance, blending a letter. So I'm going to use the yellow, and let's just say, let's just write a word. So generally how I would blend them is just add some of the color in, just like so. And you have to be careful that if it doesn't dry properly, it does smudge a little bit. And again, it's probably the paper I'm using because it is so smooth and it probably bled through, or maybe not. So this paper is already ripping, and I wouldn't recommend using this on watercolor paper because it will ruin your brush pen nib. But you can see it blended there a little bit. And then if I use the Tombow blender, that works as well. So you can use them to blend, but it would have to be on the proper paper. And again, if you do use that type of paper, just be aware that it could ruin your pens. Another method is to use some kind of plastic surface and just put the color on. So I guess yellow is a bad color to put on there. Let's add some green, and we can add some orange. And then always go in with your lighter color, and I would pick up some of the green, for instance. And then go back in each time. And pick up some more of the color. And it does actually blend pretty nice. Like, I'd have to say this is one of the best blending pens. Like, it actually works better than Tombow because I usually use Tombow in my bullet journal, and that looks really pretty. It is a bit streaky, but this method is always going to be streaky. But if you were to use pink and maybe lavender, I don't know if this will work. Let's try it. This was a really pretty color combination, actually. And then if you just kind of color it off, it will just go back to its normal color. And we can see the difference right here. So that is it for these pens. They are very affordable on Amazon. I think the pack of metallics might have only been $11. So if you want to try these pens out to practice, I'd say for a beginner, they are definitely the most user-friendly. And I personally prefer the colored pack myself. And I did find them a little bit difficult to find. These ones were harder, but these ones are on Amazon for cheap. So you should go out and just try a few of them and see if they work well for you. And just practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the better you'll get. And there are lots of worksheets that you can find whether they're actually at Michael's, which ones you can buy. I believe Kelly Creates has a book that you can purchase for large and small brush pens. And then there are some in the Etsy workshop. So just take a look around and or just get yourself a marker paper pad and just practice kind of write out the alphabet. So until next time, we will see you guys very, very soon. Bye now.